Dear Tim Cook, y'all are full of shit.
Get daily tech news in a way that doesn't suck. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, of course, show that gives you all these tech news from one... I don't know what this is. I know what I'm doing. Front Page Tech, show that gives you all this tech news from one geek. That's me to another, that is you. Happy Thursday. Just a quick reminder, you only got a few days left to enter our Christmas giveaway. If you missed it, we're giving away two TCL 6 Series 4K 55-inch smart TVs. Thousands and thousands and thousands of entries so far. If you are not one of those thousands and thousands of entries, you might want to be. Again, there's only a few days left to enter that, so if you haven't yet, click that link in the description below, and let's do the news. All right, so story numero uno, first story of the day. This one's kind of funny. A former Microsoft intern is claiming that Google added a specific line of code in YouTube to break compatibility between YouTube and Microsoft Edge, obviously, so YouTube would work better in Google Chrome. Like, for real, some browser engineers that work on Edge, obviously within Microsoft, strongly believe they are convinced that at some point Google added code within YouTube to break compatibility in Microsoft Edge. Now, according to them, this happened like earlier this year, I guess. And if you remember, sometime last week, I think we reported that Microsoft was switching browser rendering engines. So effectively, Microsoft was giving up on their own browser hopes and dreams. They were leaving Edge HTML, their rendering engine, to instead go to the open source Chromium project. And a big part of that reasoning, apparently, is because, according to this engineer from Microsoft, he believes that Google kept making changes to their sites that broke other browsers, and at least Microsoft, he says, quote unquote, couldn't keep up. Now, before we call bullshit on this, like, I don't want to go full conspiracy theory here, but also this happened if you forgot. Months ago, a program manager from Mozilla claimed that a YouTube redesign made YouTube, the site itself, 5 times slower in Firefox and in Edge. Now, if you forgot, that specific incident actually caused Edge, Safari, and Firefox users to revert scripts to attempt to improve the YouTube experience at the time. And now, with this current story, Google has responded and denied these claims. They claimed that this thing that the engineer is talking about was just a bug at a point, and it's fixed. It was fixed after it was reported. In their response, they said YouTube does not add code designed to defeat optimizations in other browsers and works quickly to fix bugs when they're discovered. And I think that's a lie. I think Google got caught stealing everybody's lunch money here. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. Do you really think Google would actively try to sabotage other browsers to try to make Chrome look better? After all, a lot of the internet's traffic is in Google sites, Google services. They have that kind of control. I think they'd do it. I think they would do it. All right, so the last two stories of the day are about Apple and honey. They are not good. Apple is getting their dicks kicked into the dirt right now. Qualcomm is back at it again, and they have won another partial ban against Apple, this time in Germany. And this is actually going to cause Apple to have to pull the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 models from its stores in Germany. This time, according to this ruling, Apple's devices were infringing on Qualcomm's intellectual property that was related to power savings in smartphones. And this time, the workaround isn't so easy for Apple, and they're just gonna have to pull it. They're gonna have to pull those phones. Listen, I kinda gotta give it to Qualcomm for really going after Apple, like with the persistence of 1,000 burning suns. They do not care, and for years they've been going after Apple trying to get this stuff banned. We've covered it just like earlier this year sometime they were trying to get the iPhone 10 banned in the US, and now, not the US, but they are getting iPhones banned in a lot of different places. Now, of course, this is just the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 in this case. They are the older models, so not the end of the world. It could be worse. They could get them all banned. So, luckily for you Germans, it's all fine. What do you think of that? That was very bad. Okay, so last up, this one is really fucking dumb. Apple is being really fucking dumb. So let's rewind a bit. This one goes back to the Jerry Rigs Everything video where he bent the iPad Pro, like a lot. Now, some of you might remember that on the record, I actually went ahead and said, oh yeah, okay, of course. Literally nothing against Zach from Jerry Rigs Everything, nothing against this video. I was more going against just the outrage, the mass outrage of people. Of course, this motherfucking thing bends. It's aluminum, it's super thin. You try to bend it like that, of course, it's gonna bend. Nobody should be shocked. Don't put it in your back pocket, don't sit on it, just, you know, common sense. It's not that hard. Like, whether you love or hate Apple, we gotta be honest, it's kind of amazing engineering as it is. And it bends. If you try to bend it, it will bend. Yes, that is a thing. So that, whatever, I didn't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is iPad Pro's shipping bent. So the whole bending problem with iPad Pros seems to be more of an issue with the LTE models. There's apparently a plastic strip that breaks up the iPad's like flat aluminum sides, and that's where the antenna line divides into two sections of the metal that some users, that's where you notice the bend. Even worse though is that some people are receiving their iPad Pros already bent. Like, they didn't have to sit on shit, they didn't have to bend it like Zach in that video. It just came that way. It just came fucked up. Apparently, the bend is a result of the cooling process that's involved in the iPad Pro's metal and plastic components during the actual manufacturing process. And both sides of the iPad Pro will have this problem. Okay, so some of them have shipped bent. That's not good. But it gets worse. Here's the real motherfucking issue. Apple responded and they said, it's normal. No, this is just a simple side effect of the manufacturing process, and it should not worsen over time or negatively affect your performance, your experience with the iPad Pro. It's just bent. It still works. So according to Apple, this is not a defect, and this is normal. It will not make your experience worse. It's still fast. Look how fast. Woo!
How fast is fast, boy?
Now, I want to be clear just for a second because Apple's response was given to The Verge. They confirmed this with The Verge, and like, look at the thing. The Verge historically has a way with headlines. The headline for this article obviously reads, Apple confirms some iPad Pros ship slightly bent, but says it's normal. But here's the thing. I looked all through that article, and there is nowhere in there a direct quote from Apple. Like, not Apple's words directly, just The Verge's interpretation of whatever Apple said to them. So this is very, very stupid, but I'm just gonna hope that Apple did not say something this fucking stupid, and The Verge just sort of played it up for the article. But either way, it is not normal, you heads, you bitches. Not normal. What is wrong with you? Like, what is actually wrong with you, Tim? Huh? You look at me when I'm talking to you. I get it. You make a lot of iPad Pros, you ship a lot of iPad Pros, but if you ship one and it is bent, let the person who's like, oh, my shit's bent, it came this way. Let the person take it in, give them one that is flat, not fucked up. Is that too much to ask? I don't understand. Why is it's not normal. It is not normal to ship a fucking $2,000 sheet of fucking metal futuristic thing that is bent already, you bitch. Look at this picture. No, not normal. We have a word for what this is already. It's called a defect, and you got it. So I don't give a shit if they work fine, if they come like that, but don't worry, they work fine. It's still real fast. I don't give a shit. It looks fucked up, therefore, it is fucked up. That's how I live my life. Looks fucked up is fucked up. Two simple rules. Looks fucked up is fucked up. That's it. If people get a bent iPad Pro, give them a new one. Get your own assholes out of your own mouths.